So would you say that there's so like I said, we go back to the social responsibility part of it. Technically, their private lives became public between with Kobe and Tiger, whereas I think with the doping part with Lance it was kind of known, or no, it'd been out there for some time, and then he finally kind of admitted to it. Do you have a different opinion about somebody's private actions coming to light? Because at the end of the day, you're saying they got in front of a camera. Well, they got in front of a camera. They explained, but is it really the business of the general public as to what they do in their private lives?
And with how big of influence they were on society and their sport, I think it would at that point, just so people not understand, but get more of a viewpoint
Of what can happen.
Or like what happened, just so they understand better and maybe potentially get their fans back or more respect towards them. Because I know like what's his name? Lance Armstrong and Kobe, they still have fans and they like came out and admitted to it. But Tiger, I recently read an article about it with the Masters being recently, about how he's like hiding in his home and like never leaves and like tries to avoid any like kind of news reports or anything at this point. Still, like his life basically like fell apart and he's not doing anything to repair it really.
Do you feel like, to an extent, though, we've spoken about a few times, you know, that technically these athletes, to be honest, they technically don't owe us an explanation for things or anything, but do you feel like they have to be abbreviated as to what they show? Because you're building, let's be honest, I mean, if, you know, Tiger is a sex addict, as he had admitted, if that's what, you know, I mean, if that's what he has a problem with, I mean, does he have to disclose that to the general public?
No, because I'm a private person. Like, I don't like people knowing my business. So, like, I feel like we should give them the same respect. Like, not trying to be in their personal lives, but
I mean, it just depends what he wants. Does he want his like privacy, or does he want his like reputation back?
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're still normal people just like us. But when they do step into the spotlight like that, you know, being professional athletes at that level and everything, they just have to take on that responsibility, you know, being out there in front of everybody.
Last question. What are the characteristics of greatness when it comes to an athlete? Because I asked that because if we were talking about strictly the competition, all three were unbelievable. They're the best of their craft. The other side of it is obviously based on what they did outside of their sport has tarnished their performances on it, whether
That's
it be.
not true. Lance, he was doping because of his sport. That wasn't part of his personal life at all.
It completely affected his personal life, though.
How so?
He has no more endorsements. He lost his endorsement
I mean,
deals.
but that's not his personal life. That's his business life.
That's completely his business.
Because that's like
completely.
financial stability. Like,
Yeah.
how is he gonna live? How is he gonna like be a
He
person?
can't go to some cycling thing and say, "Hey guys," now he can speak
I
about it
understand, but,
effectively.
Like like Kobe and Tiger, they didn't cheat on their wives to better their sport. Lance doped to better his sport.
But he still cheated. He still cheated. He just didn't cheat on his wife. He cheated his sport.
Yeah.
So once again, to define what greatness is, what do you feel like has to be under that? Because the perception thing is one thing, the performance designer were outstanding, but where we cut the line,
Yeah.
you can go
I guess
around.
A hard work ethic is like what I would characterize as a hard athlete or a good athlete. I guess integrity too. When you're out there, like, cheating is wrong, and I guess like Lance Armstrong didn't have integrity because he was cheating, but I don't know.
I would say probably honesty and dedication and respect. Like respect for, I guess respect would just kind of like be the root of everything, because they have to
would agree.
respect their sport, the people that they compete against, the rules, you know, everything. And then through honesty too, like, comes respect. So, you know, and then obviously dedication would just be like working hard and sticking with it, even when it gets kind of like tough to maintain the image or whatever.
I would say obviously hard work and dedication and all that. I also say like respect for your family, even though they're not your family, but you look at them as your family. You're with them more than you're probably with your family, since we are college athletes. And I just feel like if you respect your teammates that much, there's nothing that can really go wrong. Because they're like there for you no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I agree with everything they said.